Good morning, viewers. Today, Sunday, 25 July 2021, you are still with me, Rama Hadi, in the program Aero Breaking News. Here, I and my partner will accompany you to listen to some bright news from foreign countries, and here is the first. From Tasmania, there will be a celebration for aviation enthusiasts later this month with the 90th anniversary of the opening of the Western Junction Airport. The celebration is a form of preservation and remembrance by the Tasmanian people of their aviation culture and history.
92 people, most of them recent Army graduates, were on board on the C-130 Hercules transport aircraft when the accident happened as it tried to land on Jolo Island in Sulu Province around midday.
A passenger plane Antonov 26 twin-engine turboprop with 28 people on board flying from the regional capital Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky to the village of Palana in Kamchatka North collided into a hill near the village of Palana on Tuesday.
Maintenance issues and bad weather at many big hubs across the country causing Americans to delay and cancel hundreds of flights in recent days, and the cancellations are expected to continue 60 to 80 flights per day.
Transair Boeing 737 cargo plane bound for Honolulu to the island of Maui with 2 people on board sank off the coast of Hawaii on Friday, July 2, 2021 at 1:33 local time or 11:33 Greenwich Mean Time due to an engine problem.
The Hubble telescope is in trouble and NASA will attempt to fix a problem that has stopped the Hubble telescope from being used by checking the malfunction part for astronomy.
Tasmania has a rich aviation history, and a group of flying enthusiasts is trying to promote and preserve it. The island staff played a key role in the early days of flying. Sir Hudson Fish, the co-founder of Qantas, was born in Launceston, while Harold Getty, the navigator on the first flight around the world, was from Campbelltown. Tasmania also played a part in the development of Australia's commercial aviation industry. The Tasmanian Aviation Historical Society has been established to document and promote the story of Tasmanian aviation, which dates back to the 1920s. They've now collected hundreds of historical items including photos, aircraft parts, and uniforms, and have plans to put them on display to the public. Meanwhile, there will be a celebration for aviation enthusiasts later this month with the 90th anniversary of the opening of the Western Junction Airport. Well, viewers, we step to the second news with my partner Alya at Studio 2.
Okay, thank you, Rama. Now, from Philippines, at least 17 people were killed and 40 injured when a Philippine military aircraft carrying troops crashed and burst into flames after missing the runway in the country's south. 92 people, most of them recent Army graduates, were on board the C-130 Hercules transport aircraft when the accident happened as it tried to land on Jolo Island in Sulu Province around midday. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana said that so far 40 wounded and injured were rescued and 17 bodies recovered. The 40 rescued from the wreckage were being treated at the nearby 11th Infantry Division Hospital. Armed Forces Chief General Cirilito Subhana said the aircraft had been carrying troops from Cagayan de Oro on the southern island of Mindanao when it missed the runway as it tried to land on Jolo, describing the accident as very unfortunate that the plane tried to regain power but didn't make it. Air Force spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Maynard Mariano said the cause of crash would be investigated. The four-engine plane crashed near a quarry in a lightly populated area, and the aircraft overshot the landing strip and broke into two. Most of the passengers had recently graduated from basic military training and were being deployed to the reserve island as part of a joint task force fighting terrorism in the Muslim-majority region. The military has a heavy presence in southern Philippines where militant groups, including the kidnap for ransom outfit Abu Sayyaf, operate. C-130 aircraft, the workhorses of the Air Force, are used to transport troops and supplies. They are also often deployed to deliver humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. The mishap was one of the country's deadliest military aviation accidents. Senator Richard Gordon said it was the fourth this year with mass casualties. Sunday's accident came after a Black Hawk helicopter crashed last month during a nighttime training flight, killing all six on board. 3 pilots and 3 airmen died when their A-70I went down near the Crow Valley training range north of Manila, prompting the grounding of the entire fleet. The country ordered 16 of the multi-role aircraft from a Polish firm that made them under license from the Sikorsky division of U.S. defense manufacturer Lockheed Martin. Now we turn to Russia with Ivansyah at Studio 3.
Thank you, Alya. A passenger plane with 28 people on board crashed in Russia's far eastern Kamchatka Peninsula on Tuesday. The plane, a Russian-built Antonov An-26 twin-engine turboprop, was flying from the regional capital Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky to the village of Pelana in Kamchatka North when it missed a scheduled communication and disappeared from radar. The wreckage of the plane was found 4 to 5 kilometers from the Pelana airport runway. The wreckage was found near the hills on the coastline. Earlier, Russian state news agency RIA Novosti reported the plane was thought to have crashed into the sea. The plane was believed to have collided with a hill near the village of Pelana, and the debris had been found in the Sea of Okhotsk. No survivors have been found. The weather was cloudy and foggy at the time, and the crash may have happened due to a piloting error in poor visibility. Search and rescue groups have been begun working on the ground, but to access the aircraft is difficult and they had no information about possible survivors. There were 22 passengers and 6 crew members on board the plane. 2 passengers were children under the age of 12. An investigation has been launched into the safety compliance of the plane. Now we turn to America with Yalma at Studio 4.
Thank you, Mr. Ivan. I am Yalma from Studio 4, United States. As travel takes off again, airlines are scrambling to keep pace with the summer surge. Delta announcing plans to hire more than 1,000 pilots by next summer. The airline predicting its domestic travel volume to return to pre-pandemic levels this month. The normalcy, though, is coming faster than many airlines had anticipated, and after nearly a year spent drastically reducing costs, American Airlines, facing a shortage of ground staff and flight crews, is now racing to get furloughed pilot back up in the skies. Pilot who might have been furloughed is going to take weeks to get back out there actually into the cockpit. They have to go through certification and training again and show that they are able to fly for the airline. The staffing crunch, coupled with maintenance issues and bad weather at many big hubs across the country, causing Americans to delay and cancel hundreds of flights in recent days, and the cancellations are expected to continue 60 to 80 flights per day through at least mid-July, about 1% of Americans' total operations. The airline saying we made targeted changes to impact the fewest number of customers. Meanwhile, with increasing incidents of unruly and even violent behavior in flights, trade groups for the airlines and labor unions are asking the Department of Justice to crack down on passengers behaving badly, including the threat of federal criminal charges. And now we turn to Honolulu, Hawaii with Mr. Yusup at Studio 5.
Thank you, Yalma. A Boeing 737 cargo plane with 2 people on board has ditched off the coast of Hawaii on Friday, July 2, 2021, at 1:33 local time, or 11:33 Greenwich Mean Time, after experiencing engine trouble. The aircraft was en route from Honolulu to the island of Maui, but went down in water soon after taking off from Daniel K. Niue International Airport. The Coast Guard rescued both pilots from the sea early on Friday morning. One was found clinging to the airplane's tail and airlifted to safety. He was airlifted to Queens Medical Center and taken to intensive care in critical condition. Rescuer brought the other pilot to shore by the boat. He is reportedly in a serious condition with a head injury. A Boeing statement reported by U.S. media said they were in contact with authorities about the incident and are closely monitoring the situation. The Federal Aviation Administration and National Transportation Safety Board will investigate the incident. Flight tracking website Flightradar24 tweeted that it was a 737-200 cargo airplane operated for the carrier Transair since 2014. This aircraft is not the same as a Boeing 737 MAX. The aircraft was temporarily grounded by authorities after 2 fatal passenger airline crashes in 2018 and 2019 respectively. The 737 MAX was cleared to fly again by U.S. regulator in 2020, but it recently came under further scrutiny. Now we turn to Washington, D.C., America with Dinda Alvionita at Studio 6.
Thank you, Yusuf. NASA will attempt to fix a problem that has stopped Hubble telescope from being used for astronomy. It's the worst glitch in years to hit the venerated observatory. An onboard computer halt on 13 June, leading to the science instruments being put in safe mode, where all non-essential systems are shut down. Now, the possible origin of the malfunction has been traced to the control unit that supplies electricity to the failed computer. Ground controllers will begin switching over to backup hardware on Thursday to get one of the most important scientific tools in history up to and running again. Although astronomical observations have been suspended since June, NASA says the telescope itself and the science instruments are healthy. Officials said the possible cause of the fault line lies with the power control unit (PCU). This ensures a steady voltage supply to the payload computer's hardware. It's the payload computer that stopped functioning back in June. The possible diagnosis concerning the PCU came from information gleaned when engineers attempt to restart and reconfigure the payload computer and the backup computer. Experts have already tried to send ground commands to reset the PCU, but this effort has failed. NASA management has now approved the Hubble recovery team to switch over to a backup PCU. This is the operation set to begin on Thursday. If successful, it will take several days to completely return the observatory to normal science operations. Launched aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery in 1990, Hubble has taken over 1.5 million observations. These have been used to publish some 18,000 scientific papers. It has contributed to some of the most significant discoveries in astronomy. One of these was the observation that the expansion of the universe was accelerating. This in turn led to a conclusion that most of the cosmos was made of mystery stuff called dark energy. A successor to Hubble, the James Webb Space Telescope, is scheduled to launch later this year, but many astronomers hope that the two will be able to operate alongside each other at least for some time.
Those all news we could present to you today. If you have some critiques and suggestions, please visit us in www.aerobreakingnews.com. At the end, we say thank you very much for your nice attention. See you next day in the same time, in the same program, in our lovely channel, Aero Breaking